Hey everyone, welcome into Attacking Third as we get set for a big NWSL weekend of regular season action. Alongside Darian Jenkins and Aaron West, I'm Lisa Carlin. We have some big interviews on the show today. We've got Orlando Pride head coach Seb Hines. We've got English international and Chelsea defender Millie Bright also chatting with us. We chatted with her early in the week, but she'll be on today to hear from her. But before we get into everything in the news and the transfers that have happened, we need to wish very special member of our crew, Aaron West, a happy belated birthday.
Thank you, guys.
You celebrated your birthday yesterday. What'd you do? Anything fun?
I got to sleep in a little bit, which is massive when you're a double parent. Yes, thank you to my wife for that. And I got to just kind of relax. I went to the movies, chilled, but it was good. It was good. My kids put together like a little surprise. They had balloons, they had the crown, they had everything. They were super, super lovely yesterday, so it was really,
But you
really
got
nice
a birthday
day.
crown?
Yeah, it was nice.
Are you a birthday cake guy, or do you like a different dessert?
We did donuts.
I would like donuts.
I like that. I don't like cake either.
Yeah.
I'm more of like ice cream. Give me that all day. Donuts are pretty good though.
Donuts was solid.
Well, happy belated birthday.
Thanks
for
much. It's
joining
good to be
us
here
today.
Day after my birthday.
We're not going to trade you or transfer you for anyone, but in the NWSL, we can't promise that's not going to happen because over the last several days, there have been a lot of trades and transfers throughout the NWSL. One of the biggest ones being defender Kayla Sharples being traded from Bay FC to Kansas City. Current goalkeeper Jordan Silkowitz went from Kansas City to Bay, plus $15,000 in allocation money. And Bay FC goalkeeper Lycian Prue went to Juventus for an undisclosed transfer fee. And perhaps the biggest trade happened on Monday with defender Abby Dahlkemper being traded from San Diego Wave to Bay FC. San Diego received $50,000 in allocation money. And after the initial trade, which was requested by Abby Dahlkemper, she ended up signing a contract with Bay through 2026 with an option for 2024. And Darian, the 2019 Women's World Cup winner, defender, already made an impact at Bay. She got time in their friendly against Barcelona. Barcelona won 5-2. But beside that, this is a world-class defender. What is Bay getting with Dahlkemper joining the roster?
I've always joked when I talk about Abby because I played with her at UCLA, and she's always had that champion mindset. She's one of those players that's won every single thing at every stage of their career, whether it's a college championship, defender of the year, NWSL champion, World Cup. Like, the girl just wins. So for Bay to acquire her was massive. You're getting the leadership and experience I just listed. The ability to play out of the back, which is something Bay has really struggled with. I mean, imagine Abby's like beautiful, poetic long ball she's able to play forward to Kundanaji, to Oshwala to get on the end of. She's also a set piece taker and a finisher, as she is proving in the NWSL. So I think this is a huge acquirement for Bay, and it's really going to help them in this latter half of the season.
Yeah, when you look at just statistically, they're the worst defending team in the league. And when you add a defender of her quality, like you said, she's an all-around player. So this won't just help keep goals out of the back of the net and easing the transition for build-up play. She's so calm on and off the ball. She'll be able to help them play a little bit higher up the pitch. I think she'll form a really, really good partnership with Emily Menges. I think this really, really raises the level of this Bay team. When you add an international of her ilk, just in training, it makes you a little bit sharper. You've got that leadership. She'll help with the younger players. So it's a great signing for Bay, I think.
Plus, she already has that relationship with Caprice Didasco because they played together in college, and it's just going to keep building.
Where'd they go to school, Darian?
Go Bruins, baby! Come on!
Hey, you're welcome. I'm nice to you sometimes. I'm nice to you sometimes. Well, following the groundbreaking CBA that was signed last week with the NWSL and the Players Association, the PA secured free agency for all players. And the free agency window opens on September 1st. And on the initial list, there were 88 players, but that includes retiring players like Kelly O'Hara and Sinead Farley, as well as players who, in the meantime, have signed expansions like Paige Nielsen. But as we take a look at some of the notable free agents, Houston has 11 players, the most of any team on this free agency list. Utah and San Diego have the least, with 3 players each. So because there's no more draft in the NWSL, we decided that we were going to play a little fantasy expansion draft free agent game where we are each creating our own expansion side and we get to draft players to create the spine of our team. So a goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, and a forward. And we're going to take turns to do this. And it's a bit of a competition always with us. And so our producer, Courtney, she drew names to see who would go first. And up first in the pick is Sandra Herrera.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shoot.
What?
She
I thought it was me.
I thought it was you too.
Sandra, welcome in. We are so excited to have you drafting with us for your expansion
changes
side.
everything.
It changes absolutely everything. So in the first round, we are drafting defenders from the free agency list. Sandra Herrera, you have 15 seconds on the clock. The pick is yours.
Happy belated, Aaron. Happy to be here. Always love to shake things up. I've only got 15 seconds. We're going defenders first. When I look at this list, I got to go with Elizabeth Ball.
Ooh, wow, I like that. Okay, so Sandra up first. She took Ball. Aaron, you are next.
I'm going to go with Kelly Hubley. I thought about Mandy Freeman, Michelle Alozzi, really, really good players, but Kelly Hubley is a solid starter in this league. I think that she's going to be my first pick for that.
Am I up?
You're up. You're
15 seconds. 15 seconds of fame. I'm going to go Abby Erceg.
Leadership.
Brilliant 1v1 defender, leadership.
Yeah.
Stallion, she's like 6 feet tall, and also great set piece finisher. She's someone you can build off of.
I like those
Lisa?
picks. Okay, my turn. I'm going with the younger player in the back, 25-year-old defender Sam Hyatt, who has had a tremendous year. She has played with Gotham and done a really good job of solidifying into different roles, and I need some youth on my team.
I like that.
So that's where I'm going to go. Okay, so we've each drafted our defenders. Kelly Hubley was high on my list.
Same, she was on mine too.
Dang. Okay, so now we are going midfielders, working our way up the pitch. Sandra, you are up first, my friend. Midfielders.
All right. I hope this wasn't on anybody's list because I'm a big fan of this player. Love the way that they control the ball in the midfield. I'm going with North Carolina's Miura. I think she's an absolute baller, can disrupt play and connect play. I'm going with her in the midfield.
Damn, took mine.
Gosh.
She was on my short list.
Yeah,
she was on my short list, but I gotta go
Sandra
with Quinn.
throws a
Their
wrinkle in
ability.
this.
I'm going with Quinn. Their ability in the middle of the park, technical leadership, can put a tackle in, can go box to box, can do
tempo.
anything you need. You toss Quinn in your midfield, you're good.
Solid pick.
Yeah.
I went with Marta. I thought Marta was going to be off the table.
Okay.
You put her on any team and she's going to lead. She's going to score goals. She's going to embarrass whoever you're playing against. And she's going to be really fun to watch and play with.
Yeah,
so
she sure is.
Marta.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm going June Endo.
She was also on my list.
too.
Hands down. Narumi was on my short list. I mean, I had a lot of players, but June Endo for me in the midfield to lock things down. Okay, front line, Sandra. Round 3, you're up.
Come on now. I got to go with the reigning MVP. I'm going with Carolin to round things out. I know this is a player working their way back from ACL, but she's getting closer and closer and closer. Can create, can generate, can score. Carolin.
All right, that was the most obvious pick ever. I feel like I thought I was going to be person. I thought I was going to have that one, but I'm going to go with Jess Silva. She just signed for
that's a
Gotham.
good
She
one.
is listed as a free agent, so I think she's going to be my pick.
Jess Silva's a great shout. I'm going to go Kristen Hamilton.
Yeah, don't you love when someone yells?
I did laugh.
This is rigged.
Okay, I'm going to go
You're so mad.
Michelle Alozier because she can
pick.
play in the front line or in the back line, creates a little bit of versatility. Okay, wow. All right, goalkeeper, Sandra. Goalkeeper, Sandra. Go ahead.
Oh my God, I came here to just ruin everybody's weekend. Oh my God, I love it. Listen, there's not a ton of goalkeepers on this list, but I got to go with what I know, and I get to see Alyssa Nair perform week in and week out in Chicago, so I'm going with the Nair for the goalkeeper.
All right. I planned ahead for this. I knew someone was going to maybe take something I wanted. So Alyssa Nair's off the board. I'm taking Adri Franch. Come on. Incredible goalkeeper, Kansas City. She has ruined my day very often as a Gotham fan. But, yeah, incredible keeper.
That's a good shout. Both great shouts. I went with Laurel Ivory. Actually, no one
She
picked
was on my
mine.
list.
I went with Laurel Ivory. Wanted a young gun in the back. You're going to have her for a long time. She's just going to keep growing.
Yeah.
She's already at a very high level for how young she is. So,
And
that's
she's
why I went
gotten
with-
some good experience with
She was on
Seattle.
your list?
Yeah, well, I knew I was going to go last because I
Being
just get
last
shafted.
so real
And, yeah, so it's been rough. But I'm going to go with Jordan Silkowitz. Although she just got traded, she didn't sign a contract yet. So I am picking up goalkeeper goalkeeper Jordan Selgowitz. I've got a young team, but we are hungry and we're aggressive and we're going to win.
That's a lot of hope and belief. I respect that.
I didn't buy
Look
it.
at that. I didn't believe it. But
I love the
I
confidence.
enjoyed this free agency draft. Don't go anywhere. We've got English international and Chelsea defender Millie Bright coming on the show next.
She's the captain of this club. Just the mentality.
It's a dangerous ball in, it's headed off the line. Might come for Millie Bright to volley Chelsea into the lead.
It's extra nice to have been given that opportunity and to, hopefully keep leading the girls to success, because we've been doing a great job so far. Whether I've got the armband or not, I will always, stay true to myself.
Welcome back to Attacking Third. We are pleased now to be joined by English international and Chelsea defender Millie Bright, who joins us stateside. Millie, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. We had a very hot game yesterday, so everyone's just recovering, but yeah, very well.
Well, I'm glad you're inside in air conditioning. That does help you recover a little bit, but you touched on it right there. Chelsea is ending their American tour. You started in New York taking on Gotham FC, but Chelsea and you got some time around New York City. So what was your favorite thing that you did outside of playing football in New York?
Oh, it's definitely got to be the stock exchange, ringing the bell on my birthday. Yeah, just opportunities like that you don't ever expect to be given. So we had a really busy day, but it was special and got to meet some incredible people along the way. And yeah, just exploring New York is always amazing anyway. So yeah, a few special moments on top of that.
That is a pretty dope experience. Did you get to try any food around New York? Some famous New York pizza, some spots on TikTok that have blown up. Did you get to try any foods that you like here?
Kat did take us to after a busy day, she did take us to a place. It was like a grab and go, and it was meant to be one of the best pizza places. And I can definitely say it was a 10-10. So yeah, had to experience the pizza, of course.
A 10-10. What'd you get on your pizza? What kind of zagal are you?
We were sharing, so we had half and half. Half was margarita, half was pepperoni.
Oh, they did the classics. None of that pineapple crap.
Yeah. No, yes, I agree with that. No pineapple on pizza, thank you.
Okay, good. Millie, you got to play one of your old teammates, Jess Carter and Ann Katzenberger, against Gotham here in New Jersey, New York, Red Bull Arena. What was that experience like? Because a lot of teams come over to the U.S. and they talk about the NWSL being incredibly transitional, physical. Was that your experience playing Gotham?
Yeah, I think obviously it's completely different to our league for more reasons than one, but I think the beauty is we get to experience different opponents and different players and different styles of play, which if anything, it only enhances you as a player and as a team. So it's definitely fast paced, and yeah, I definitely think it is more end to end, just experiencing it from a player's point of view. But I think both leagues are growing and both leagues are developing, so I only see that changing, and yeah, it's always a great opportunity.
Millie, how has preseason prep been different this time around stateside, and how has it changed sort of going back into WSL season? Do you feel more prepared, more ready? Where has it been different for you?
Firstly, just being able to actually experience a full pre-season off the back of a few years in tournament. So it's actually nice to have had a proper rest and then, have the full experience of a pre-season. I feel like my body going into the season is where it needs to be. And like I said, it's not rushed and just feel rested both mentally and physically. But yeah, pre-season's been tough. It's been really hard. The girls have been grinding away. And like I said, coming to America and getting to experience different things, both on and off the pitch, it challenges us in different ways. And I think going back to England, we're definitely in a better place. Obviously, we're a new group. There's a lot of changes. So it's important for us to keep building those relationships. And I always think a trip away is the perfect start.
There are a lot of changes at Chelsea right now, and one of the most notable, especially from the outside looking in, is at the head coaching role. Emma Hayes is now with the U.S. women's national team, and Sonia Bonpastor has come in with your group and been with you day in and day out. As a veteran at Chelsea who has experienced so much under Emma Hayes, how is head coach Sonia Bonpastor different, even in these early days?
I think just the intensity for me. I think obviously the changes that we're making, and hopefully, from the outside, our fans can see the changes that we're making, and I think it's only going to make us a better team. But of course, everyone has their way of coaching and their style of play. But as a team, we're really excited by the challenge, and I think we're ready to go to that next level. And Sonia's coming in; she's got an incredible pedigree of winning, both as a manager and as a player. So that excites us as players, and I think everyone's bonded really well together. And this is just the beginning, and we can already see glimpses of what we're trying to do. Which is exciting and positive. But yeah, for me, it's the intensity in the possession, and having been on the opposite side of Sonia and playing against Leon, you definitely kind of feel that. And we saw that, and we knew what we were going to be getting. But it's really exciting, amazing people, and everyone's settled so well.
Millie, with the managerial change and you being team captain, has that changed your role at all, especially with sort of the new youngsters that have joined Chelsea?
No, I think it's the same. I'm always the same no matter what. And of course, there's responsibilities on and off the pitch with the captaincy, but I had those last year. And to be honest, I've kind of always been in that role, whether I've had the armband or not. So as always, wanting the youngsters to come through and develop. And ultimately, it's just about enjoying yourselves and them kind of thriving in and around the players that we have. So yeah, like I said, the group's in a really good place, and I think you've seen from the games, the youngsters getting minutes and proving themselves and showing that they're here to play and competing. That's ultimately what we want. We want a competitive environment. We want a winning environment, which we come from, and nothing changes with that. It's just going to be little tweaks here and there, and people putting their stamp on it. But that's what we want. We want a new challenge, and a new era for Chelsea.
With the new era, do you feel a sense of responsibility to sort of continue with the culture forward as the veteran on the squad?
I think Sonia's pretty similar in terms of culture. She wants everyone to be confident and to be themselves, and so nothing changes. That's always been the environment at Chelsea. It's always been about a family and taking care of one another and being able to lean on one another, again, on and off the pitch. So nothing changes with that. I think that's very similar. But yeah, it's just making sure everyone's going in the same direction, which we are, and the expectation of us as players is laid out and it's crystal clear. And like I said, everyone's thriving on that and, grabbing it with two hands, and it's competition time now.
It is absolutely competition time, and there's a lot of differences, a lot of changes, but one thing that media, fans, you yourselves know is that winning is embedded in the culture at Chelsea, and it is just what you guys do. Day in, day out, season in, season out. Nothing has changed, but how will the winning look different this year under Bon Pastor and with this new group of players?
Well, I can't say too much because you'll all have to wait and see. And, the season's not started yet and the official games haven't begun. But I certainly know that we're going to be at the next level and we're going to be ready. And everyone's certainly going to be fighting for the team and for trophies. So nothing will change there. And I'm really excited for everyone to see the team and, the new style and the way we're going to look, because, it's hopefully going to be exciting for the fans to watch and to keep coming back to the stadiums and games and supporting us. But, winning is winning. It's still the same. Sometimes it's pretty, sometimes it's ugly. But ultimately, it's about having that winning mentality to get the job done, like you said, which we've done so well for so many years. But that is also Sonia's mentality. So we definitely align on all of the things that we need to.
Millie, you're a veteran, so I had to try to sneak one past you to see what you would give us on that one, but you passed. Nothing given here from you.
She's media trained.
She is.
She's been down this road. Millie, I wanted to ask you, the Lionesses are playing the U.S. Women's National Team and Emma Hayes November 30th at Wembley, and you just have to think, because Emma coached you for so long, you've got that competitive spirit against her. How much are you looking forward to playing in this match against Emma Hayes?
Yeah, really excited. Obviously, she had a book that came out, and I said, oh, I've got, I sent her a picture and said, oh, someone sent me your book, and she was like, no point reading it, inside and out. And it's probably true. So yeah, it's going to be a weird experience, obviously, someone that you've played under for so long and you're now playing against them, but it'll be really exciting. I think you can see that with what she's achieved with the US. Yeah, and we know what she's about, but ultimately playing at Wembley, US versus England, it's a massive, massive fixture, and certainly one that's going to be entertaining for hopefully the sellout crowd that we get.
Oh, I'm certain it's gonna sell out. Hopefully we can get a plug with some tickets. I don't know. Throwing it out there. Fingers crossed.
We promise no more hard questions, Millie, and you can get us in.
I wanted to know, do you see any of the Chelsea DNA when you've seen Emma Hayes with the U.S. Women's National Team?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Like I said, I've played under Em for many years, and you can definitely, I think you start to, you know the coach's ways and their tricks and trade and kind of all that sort of stuff. So yeah, watching them at the Olympics can definitely, figured it, yeah, know what you're doing there. So
there we are.
Yeah.
Millie, we found out that you recently had a soccer pitch named after you, the Millie Bright pitch. Congratulations.
Legendary.
But we need to hear how this came about and what you're doing on this pitch to keep the legacy alive.
Yeah, obviously after winning the Euros, we were very fortunate to all be given a pitch named after us in our local villages and kind of wherever we wanted that pitch to be, really. So for me, it was in Killamarsh. It was where I started playing. And yeah, I just wanted the Dynamos and any other team really to have that opportunity to have the facilities that they need to become the next pro and have that dream and, to be given that opportunity. I think it's only fair, and I don't see why they shouldn't have those pictures. So it's really special not only to see mine, but all the other Lionesses getting that opportunity and, leaving their legacy in their village, because we all have different stories. We all come from different places. So it's really special to go home and see the sign and see all the kids training. And, every time we step on that pitch now, they've got that dream. And, I'm a big believer that if you can see it, you can believe it. So the fact that it's visible and it's their pitch, and as much as it's named after me, it's for them. And I think that's something that we always do in the women's game, is everything we do is it's not necessarily for ourselves, it's for the next generation and, the ones to follow. But yeah, just really proud, and just everyone that was involved, to be honest, making that come alive and giving us that opportunity. It also proves that there are people out there that are supporting the women's game and ready to take it to that next level. We never want to stand still. I'm sure you guys understand, as women, we're very pushy and we like to get our ways. So, there's lots more to come there.
So inspirational. Just proves it's more than a game, and you've done so much. It's inspiring. That gave me goosebumps just hearing the motivation behind it and what it meant to you. I'm going to go way left and say I was researching you and saw that you grew up with horses, and you would wake up before training and clean out the stalls and take care of them. And you even considered a career as an equestrian. Can we see some Millie Bright horse content? #HorseGirl, #Chelsea coming anytime soon?
Yeah, it's definitely the collab that we need. I'm not sure Sonia would appreciate me going back on board just yet, so I'll have to keep that until I retire. But I can definitely throw some old content out there from ex-competitions, and I definitely feel I need to bring the horsey vibe back a little bit on the gram. So I'll work on that for you.
Yeah, even just like arriving to the game on horseback, that would be pretty cool.
I don't think they're going to get clearance for that.
That would be the most intimidating thing ever, showing up to a match and people come on horseback.
Just Millie, though. Just Millie.
I'll try.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We've got to ask you, we're creating an Attacking Third pregame playlist, and we need to know from you, Millie Bright, what is the #1 song you have on your playlist right now, pregame?
Oh, I'm just going to double check it so that I don't get checks on the name. One that we've been playing a lot. Bear with me. It's Set My Heart on Fire, but it's I'm Alive. It's a remix, Majestic, Jamming Kid and Celine Dion. So I'd highly recommend it. It's a bit of a sing song, but it's got a beat. Just gets me in a really positive place and just, an all round good vibe.
Absolutely love that, Darian. Add it to the list.
I got you.
Add it to the
DJ
list.
pre-show, so I got you.
In studio. Millie, thank you so much. We really appreciate this, and good luck this season.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Don't go anywhere. We've got plenty more Attacking Third coming up next.
Seb Hines leads this Orlando Pride team. He said, keep the momentum, hold the standard.
Marks away for goal and scores! Oh, she's a human highlight reel!
Adrian in the box. Shoots and she scores! A monster goal!
Balls.
Yates! The Orlando breakthrough!
Banda picks her pocket. Barbara Banda in the box. Taps it home!
Is it Orlando or is it Golando?
Since October of 2023, the Orlando Pride have not lost a game. And for more to chat about this, Orlando Pride head coach Seb Hines, welcome in. How are you, Coach?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Congratulations on an incredible 18 matches unbeaten, setting a new league record with that. It's absolutely incredible, and it's been so fun to watch. But this 18-match unbeaten streak stretches over 2 seasons. What has been the most consistent thread through all of these games for your team?
I think just the consistency and the attitude of the players. You know, we were bitterly disappointed after last year, just narrowly missing out on playoffs. And we kind of use that as fuel going into this season. We knew that we still had things to prove. You know, a lot of people had wrote us off at the start of last season, and we just carried that on into this season and continued that momentum and that attitude and taking it game by game. And yeah, it's been an incredible run. You know, couldn't even have imagined of going 18 games unbeaten, but that's where we're at right now. And yeah, we want to continue it into more numbers.
Seba, what was the moment this year that you were like, aha, we are built different. This is a new team. We're breaking records. What was the time during this year that it just clicked for you that this was a different team?
You know, you can look at the start of the year, the first 2 games, we go down to 10 players in the first game, 2-0 down. We showed a lot of resilience to come back and you know, get a draw out of it. And then the next game against Angel City, we didn't have a familiar centre back. That shows the versatility within the group and the attitude of the group to, again, come back from 1-0 down and get a draw out of that. And then there was a period where we had a 3-game week, you know, against some really tough opposition with Washington Spirit away. We played North Carolina midweek, and then we played Louisville that weekend, and we walked away with 9 points out of 3 games. And I thought that was a real good turning point for us. And again, we just continued that momentum. That was during that winning streak that we went on as well. And yeah, we just take it game by game. Obviously, we haven't been consistent with our performances, but you know, the attitude of the players has been probably the most consistent thing this season, and it's been brilliant to see and be a part of.
Now, so talk to me a little bit more about that attitude and establishing that style of play, because obviously you're scoring goals for fun, but your defense is watertight. You're getting buy-in from all 11 players on the field. The work ethic is incredible. What goes into that on a day-to-day basis and building that with trust and effort between you and the players?
Yeah, so again, like we score different types of goals, whether they're in transition or they're build-up or even set pieces. What's really important is preparation. So exposing the players to those sort of scenarios within training sessions. And yeah, it's been numbers down and grinding out, you know, the performances in training. You know, again, we've got some of the best forwards in the world competing against some of the best defenders. And so when they compete against each other, you know, it's only going to help them transfer that into game situations. So yeah, historically, Pride have conceded a lot of goals in their history. And so that was one of the things that we needed to rectify going into the season if we wanted to be competitive this year. And so, yeah, he's just putting the actions into work, and you could see that the players have fully bought into that. It's not just about the back line and the goalkeeper. It's a full team effort to get the clean sheets and not concede goals.
It's a very fun, entertaining brand of football that you're playing, Coach. It's really fun to talk about as well. But so much of that has to do with the players that you have also brought into this team. Now, a lot of people are calling it little mini Brazilian national team because you got a lot of Brazilians on your roster. But with the inclusion of all these new players, you mentioned bringing Barbara Banda in, your initial vision for how you wanted Orlando to play. How much did that change once you saw these players in training and their individual characteristics and their personal strengths? How much did that change how Orlando was going to play?
I think, we look at the individuals and try and play to their strengths and put them in positions where they can excel. There's not another forward in the league like Barbara. So how can we, get Barbara in good goal scoring positions? Same for Marta. We kind of give Marta a free role. She has to go find the game. She gets in difficult positions for the opponent, and it helps her excel in that position as well. But, it's just building a really good foundation, along in the back line. We've had to, shift personnel around. Kylie Strom started as a left back. She's moved into centre back. You can see Emily Sams has, played centre back. She's played right back. And that versatility has really helped us. But it's also playing to the players' strengths also. So, yeah, it's a brand of football that really is individualized. And so that makes us unpredictable for the opponent. But yeah, again, I go back to the attitude, the attitude of the players, and their buy-in has been tremendous to help us get the results that we've needed all season.
At Inter & Co, you guys have only given up 4 goals at home this year. What's been aiding to have such a stingy defense when you're playing at home?
Well, Dee, you know better than anyone how difficult it is to play at Inter & Co with the conditions. It's one thing that we've really focused on is making our stadium a fortress. It hasn't always been the case here. And so when opponents come to our stadium, we have to make it as difficult as possible. And so you can see in some of our results, we've taken the lead in pivotal points in the game. And then, being relentless after that. Once we score one, we're always looking to get the next one. And then can we see out the game? And that was another learning point from last year, was we were conceding too many goals towards the end of the game and ultimately losing points, which played dividends in last year, because if we picked up at least one more point, we would have made playoffs. So yeah, everything's a learning moment for us, and the players have really responded to it very well.
Coach, Darian asked that about defense, and you said, hey, yeah, you played at that stadium, but she didn't defend.
I did. I got Darian defending.
Seb did. If anyone could, it would be you. Incredible. It would be you. You've talked about it now twice now in this conversation, referencing last year. Your team had 10 wins, and you didn't make the postseason. It was a big conversation in the media about why that didn't happen. How much do you reference that with the team in the locker room this season?
Yeah, it came down to fine margins. We didn't give ourselves the best start in 2023. We lost our first 4 games, but we were on the right trajectory to find that identity and that style of play. And yeah, towards the end of the season, we went on like a terrific run. And yeah, it just fell short at the end. If we caught a couple of goals, like you said, we got a good amount of wins, but we had a lot of losses as well with only 1 tie. So just getting one more tie would have put us over the line, but it wasn't meant to be. And yeah, every game is a learning moment for us. And like I said, a lot of the players have responded to that very well into this year.
Now, Seb, obviously you talked about how much this franchise has come in the last couple of years. A big part of that has been Haley Carter, your general manager. I know how important the relationship between a manager and a general manager can be. Talk to about your working relationship with her and how that has brought you guys to where you are now.
Yeah, it's incredible. You know, we're in constant communication when it comes to recruitment, how we can better the facility, anything that we do, we're always in communication. We have to be aligned with everything we've done. We have to always be in agreement as well. I think if you don't have that relationship, you know, it can fall apart very quickly. And so when I took this full-time role, it was important to me that the relationship between myself and the GM had to be a real close connection. And you can see with our results and our performances that it's really transferring into, you know, a healthy relationship. And, you know, the players can see that as well. The culture within the group is fantastic. You know, I've been here for 6 years now, and you know, I've seen a lot in my time, but you know, we're on a really good forward momentum, and yeah, I think that's down to the relationships that we have, not only between myself and Haley, but with the rest of the staff and the ownership group and the players as well. So yeah, everything's come together really nicely, and we want to just continue that moving forward.
Seb, I know you and Giles like to hop into a little 5v5, 1v1 training, and you're a former defender. Have you been able to stop Banda going 1v1, or have you been humbled a little bit?
No, I know better than that. I recognize how my body works now, and I do not want to get in a foot race with Barbara Banda. So I'm the one on the sideline with the whistle, dictating everything, but
Smart man.
She's phenomenal. She's lightning quick, very powerful as well, and you can see that in her game. You know, she's very difficult to defend, and she's always trying to put herself in goal-scoring positions, which I think also that helps our defenders because they have to find different ways of managing Barbara within training. And so, yeah, when they come across other players in the league, you know, they can find little nuances to try and get the advantage against some really good forwards in the league, but no more than Barbara day in, day out.
Coach, you talked about this unbeaten streak and having a lot of credit given to the players, the style of football, the bought in, but let's be honest, we really know it's all about the pregame playlist and what you listen to before a match to get you fired up. So what is the #1 song on your pre-match playlist right now?
Man, I you know what? Yeah, that's not me as a coach. As a player, I like to get myself fired up. I you know, that old school hip hop, rap, kind of DMX kind of stuff, like get me wired.
We know what kind of defender you were.
Yeah, that's I had to let the forwards know they were in a game. You know what I'm saying? So. We kind of do that, but in terms of music, as a coach, we're pretty mellow now. You know, we have a laugh and a joke. The technical staff are brilliant. You know, we don't put too much stress on the players. We give the players their time to you know, meditate and get themselves focused for the game. Do you know what? We actually go onto the field and just start kicking the ball around and try and hit crossbars and stuff like that before games. Because all the job's done before that. You know, you've done all your preparation, you've done all your scout, you've done all your training sessions. Now it's down to the players, and you know, we have obviously our expectations and our standards, but yeah, it's up to them now to perform and put everything that we've, you know, put into practice onto the field. And so yeah, it's worked really well so far, and you know, we're very pleased of where we're at.
So we didn't get an official song.
All right, so I'm going to text Seb.
We got a genre.
We're going to get a genre.
Not genre, yeah, you know, I ain't got like an out-and-out artist. Like it's a more genre, something that's fired up, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Big game this weekend against Gotham at home. Good luck with it, and good luck the rest of the season, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Don't go anywhere. We've got plenty more Attacking Third. Sandra Herrera is joining us, and we are previewing the NWSL weekend. Welcome back into Attacking Third. We have our fourth member of the show, Sandra Herrera, to join us to preview the NWSL weekend. We are starting with the barbecue derby. Kansas City against North Carolina Courage. This match happening Sunday on CBS, and it's in North Carolina, excuse me. Sandra, this is a North Carolina side that has gone 10 matches at home unbeaten, 8 wins, 2 draws. For Kansas City, what is the biggest hurdle for them playing at Wake Med Soccer Park?
I think setting that tempo, honestly. They're no strangers to doing that this year, but they've got to do it on the road in a place that's not easy to play at, and they've got to do it quickly. They failed to do that against the Spirit, and they ended up falling way behind quickly. So you don't want to let that happen in North Carolina. Set that tempo quick and early, immediately, and maybe they'll get the win.
I think that they'll get the win. I don't imagine Vlatko coming out after a big loss like that and not wanting to take it to them. So my money is on Kansas City for this match. What about Angel City, Chicago, my friends? Who do we think is getting the head up over those two?
Yeah, this is a really big matchup. I think with Angel City playing at home against the Chicago side, Becky Tweed's on a bit of a run with this side. And this is a really crucial moment for Angel City where they sit in the standings. They need wins and they need points in order to stay above the playoff line because they're in 9th. Chicago is in 7th at this point. When you think about that, Aaron, as an overall and as a whole, how much momentum does Angel City need in this match and a win to propel them into playoffs?
Yeah, I think confidence is a massive piece right now. I think we're seeing a piece in Alyssa Thompson start to gain her confidence back after. I think she lost it a little bit in the last few months. She lost her spark. She lost a little bit of the fun she was having, but she's starting to come back into it. I think this Angel City team is starting to come together. So a result, as you said, I think would be massive here to keep that momentum going, build it going into the playoffs.
Sandra, what do you think for your Red Stars? Can they get it done?
Look, I think a lot's going to change and depend on whether or not Mallory Swanson is available. They function as almost a completely different team when she's on that pitch. I'm not very confident with some of the play that they showed on the road against Louisville. They struggled to connect passes. They struggled to look cohesive. Is that going to happen again in week 2? These are 2 teams that have struggled to kind of string together performances. So I'm worried that maybe we might not get some fireworks, but if Swanson is back in, I think we'll have a little bit of a different game. But I'm going to give the edge and advantage to Angel City in this one.
I like it. I actually agree. I want to go to the Pride versus Gotham, though. I know we got a homer on the table here with A. West, so I already know what he's going to say.
No, you don't.
Are you going to surprise Aaron? All right, you take it. Let's hear what you're going to say.
I am a homer, but I try to be realistic and actually observe from a top-down view. But I think that this Orlando City team, we just talked to Seb Hines. He is a fantastic manager. I think playing at home, this team has a little bit too much. I think they're too complete. At this point in the season, I would have to, especially at home, give it to Orlando City. I think just edging it over Gotham.
No, I completely agree. Especially looking at
Pride, sorry.
looking at Gotham's style of play. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, defensively, they're incredibly cohesive. That press is so difficult for teams to break. But there's a Barbara Banda, there's a Marta, there's an Adriana, there's a Summer Yates. I mean, Orlando has such a stacked front attacking line that I don't know how Gotham is able to stop all of those, especially with the high defensive line they play. That is a lot of space at Internco Park, which is a massive field to leave open for a Banda to get in behind. So my money is going on Orlando. I want to know what Carlin thinks. So you haven't given us your take yet.
Darian, it's absolutely crazy that this is the first time Gotham and Orlando are playing this season. And the fact that where we are in the standings, number 1 Pride against number 2 Gotham. But so much of it is going to come down to Gotham's defense and Orlando's attack. Because the streak that Gotham's on right now, 5 games with shutouts depth in the back with a lot of rotation and a lot of changes. Defensively, Gotham's just so solid. It's going to be hard against a player like Barbara Banda, Marta getting back into the fold. So to me, it's all about Orlando being able to score. If they get one in, Orlando will be able to sit back a little deeper and keep Gotham in front of them and just build out. But it's the high press from Gotham that's going to look to force turnovers and get shots on goal. But Sandra, from you, between Gotham and Orlando, number one, number two, does Orlando stay undefeated?
Oh my goodness, everybody out here sipping on the purple Kool-Aid, and I got to tell you, it's delicious. I'm sipping on it too, but I'm excited for this one. Definitely a little bit of a possible playoff preview in this one, just like Chicago and Los Angeles. I think this is going to depend on who's available. Very curious to see if we get another rematch of Tierna Davidson versus Barbara Banda. But since everyone mostly won Orlando, I'm going to give the shout to Gotham. I think maybe they could give an upset here.
Ooh, I would love that upset. We'll see, though. It's a big NWSL weekend, especially on Sunday. You can watch all the matches across CBS Sports platforms. NWSL action starts with the North Carolina Courage and Kansas City Current kicking things off on Sunday at 2 p.m. And then that match is followed by Angel City against the Chicago Red Stars. At 6 p.m., switch over to the Golazo Network, and you can see a top-of-the-table clash between Orlando and Gotham. Then at 8 p.m., San Diego and red-hot Washington Spirit close out the weekend when they face off at Snapdragon Stadium. Welcome back to Attacking Third. Ahead of a big NWSL regular season weekend, we are going to do some rapid fire questions to see what Darian and Aaron think of some of these answers. The biggest one that we're starting with is Washington Spirit midfielder Croy Bethune. Right now, she sits tied for the record of 10 assists in a single season. She needs one more to break it, the record by Tobin Heath in 2016. This weekend, does Croy Bethune break that record?
Yes, she does, away from home. Yeah, easy work.
100%.
Wow, I love it.
I think it's going to Ule Sar as well.
Oh, the goal.
I like that shout. Yeah.
Oh, a double prediction. I like that one a lot. I think she does as well. Okay, Portland Thorns. They take on Bay FC at home. They need 2 more goals in order to reach 400. Does Portland become the first club to reach 400 goals, Darian?
Absolutely. At home against the worst defending team in the league. Yeah. Sorry, Bay. Sorry.
Yeah, easy work. I agree with my colleagues here.
Easy one. Jeez Louise, we're ripping through these. Kansas City forward Temwa Shawinga, she has scored in 6th consecutive regular season games. She needs one more to continue that streak going. Does she score this weekend away at WakeMed against North Carolina?
I think she does, yes. I'm going to go with a yes.
Obviously. Don't you?
Yeah, I want her to. I want her to continue that streak. North Carolina, 8 games undefeated at home, and they host Kansas City. Do they keep that unbeaten streak alive?
No.
I do not believe so, and it goes tightly with that question before.
Gosh, very tight. So Shawinga gets the goal. North Carolina loses their streak.
Yeah, sorry, Sean. It's
tough.
Love you on the
really
show,
tough.
but we got to tell the truth.
But that was fun. I liked getting your predictions on these. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Enjoy your weekend filled with NWSL, and come back with us on Monday because we're recapping it all. See you then.